Mark Cuban doesn't own yachts or hire house cleaners. Mark Cuban's business ventures started at age 12. He went door to door, selling garbage bags. Now he is a serial entrepreneur and startup investor. Cuban has a net worth of over $5 billion, but he doesn't want his wealth to change him. He says he'd be happy even with 1% of his net worth.
When I was broke, I had a blast. I loved my life. I was still having fun.
Cuban still stays in touch with his old friends. Some he met when he first moved to Dallas. Others are his friends in Indiana from school. Cuban values his privacy. It's the reason he doesn't hire any cleaning services. His family does their chores themselves. Cuban sticks to a routine. He starts his day at 6:30 a.m. Cuban says that his work is his meditation. He jumps into his work right after waking up. He begins by checking emails and messages. He spends 3 to 4 hours a day answering them. Cuban eats breakfast while working. His first meal of the day is a cup of coffee. It's served with 2 high-protein, low-carb cookies. Alyssa's bakery cookies are his favorite. Cuban invested in the company through Shark Tank. Cuban usually wraps up his top priorities by 10:30 a.m. He then spends an hour reading a book, or he scrolls through financial news websites. At around 11:30, he goes to the gym or plays basketball. Cuban spends the rest of the afternoon reading. He admits this habit drives his wife Tiffany crazy. However, reading gives him his business confidence. Cuban himself is a best-selling author. In 2011, he released How to Win at the Sport of Business. If his energy is low in the afternoon, Cuban will take a nap. Cuban rarely eats lunch. He gets lost in his work and doesn't feel the need to eat. He wraps up the day around 6 p.m. and has dinner. He prefers quick meals he can grab on the run. Cuban owns a basketball team, the Dallas Mavericks. He attends their games regularly. He bought the team in 2000 for $285 million. It's not his only expensive purchase. In 1999, he spent $40 million on his first private jet. Cuban said,
Buying a private jet was my all-time goal because the asset I value the most is time, and that bought me time.
He refers to his jets as his best toys. Cuban also owns 3 houses. His Dallas mansion cost him $13 million in 1999. However, Cuban draws the line at buying yachts. He said,
I just try to be the same person. I mean, as I was when I was poor, middle, and rich. The whole idea of like get a yacht, it's just not what I would do.
One of Cuban's favorite meals is McDonald's salad. At home, he mixes it with cottage cheese and corn. He eats his meal in front of the TV, watching basketball. Late in the evening, Cuban watches his favorite shows. He wears earphones so he doesn't disturb his wife. He often falls asleep with his headphones on. Before going to bed, Cuban checks his inbox one more time. He falls asleep around midnight. Cuban aims for 7 hours of sleep. However, he's a light sleeper, so he might wake up at 2 a.m. If he has something on his mind, he'll start working.